holy grail of Christmas gifts.
The Cooper and Anthony Show.
Okay, so do you have a family miracle, a shopping miracle, a parking miracle? What miracle has happened to you over the past, couple of days or so? Hi, Barbara.
Hi, Cooper.
Barbara, what kind of miracle you got going on there?
Well, it's more of it will be a miracle if my husband's aunt doesn't offend at least somebody on Christmas Day at Christmas dinner.
Now, what's her usual, per conversation offensive comment?
Well, she's 90 years old, and she delights in embarrassing, from the time they were young, my children. They're pretty, grown up now. Mm-hmm. But last Thanksgiving, my best friend came over for Thanksgiving dinner, and she's black, and she works for Philip Morris.
Mm-hmm.
And Aunt Ann was asking her, well, where do you work? Well, I work for Philip Morris. Oh, your people do smoke a lot of cigarettes, don't they?
Oh.
We just all went, oh, my gosh. Luckily, my friend her dad's old, too, so she just kind of rolled with it. But when she told me later, we laughed so hard.
Oh, goodness. Because you have that moment where you were like, I'd like to educate this person, but she's 90.
Yeah. There's no educating her. She'll be the one that says, bless her heart, but,
Right. Okay, Barbara, you keep a tally of how many things that come out of her mouth, how many of them are regular and how many are offensive. And you report back to us after the holidays.
And who they offend.
The best was my husband's uncle one year told us that he had been diagnosed with sudden instant death syndrome. We went, what? He goes, I could die like that. Now, where he thought he got SIDS and sudden instant death, I don't know.
I got to tell you, my husband shakes me. I think I get the SIDS. I worry whenever he grabs me and shakes me. I never know what's going to happen.
It's too close to Christmas for that joke.
What?
You can't have SIDS.
You don't know? I have so many other things wrong with me.
Barbara, tell her she can't have SIDS.
Nope, you can't have SIDS.
Hi, Lillian.
Hi, how are you?
Lillian, what miracles happened over the past couple of days?
Well, it's been a little longer than a couple of days, but it's something that stuck with me for years. When my kids were little, my oldest boy was maybe 13, 14 years old, and I had two little ones.
Mm-hmm.
I had a small car, so the little ones were in the back seat, and we were on the way to my parents in West Virginia for Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
It was cold and raining, and we passed this hitchhiker. Didn't have a coat, and he was cold and holding up a sign that where he was going. And I didn't say anything, but my son looked at me, and I just bought him a brand new coat.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, he asked me, he says, Mom, can I give him my coat?
Mm.
So I'm sorry.
This is such a lovely story.
I went to the next exit, turned around, and came back, and pulled up to the hitchhiker. I said, well, we don't have room to give you a ride, but my son would like you to have this coat. So my boy got out and took his coat off and gave it to him. And the hitchhiker had kind of like a look of disbelief on his face. But I had enrolled my kids in the Angel Tree program through the Salvation Army.
Right.
And for Christmas that year, he opened the largest present, which is the one they go for first.
Right, of course. They're not dumb, those kids.
Yeah, it was a brand new coat, exactly like he'd given away, just a shade different in colors. So that, to me, that was my Christmas miracle.
Oh. And wait, who's it from, that coat?
I don't know. It was from the Angel Tree program. You see in the mall where you pick a child and buy gifts for them.
Wow.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. So,
now that's a Christmas miracle.
Yeah, that's a story I like to tell.
Hi, Dennis.
Yeah.
Now, Dennis, don't start doing that now. So, Dennis, have you had a miracle?
This weekend, I took off with the Boy Scout troop and spent the weekend on the USS Yorktown.
Ooh.
I don't know how many nights you spent on a Navy ship, Cooper, but
many.
The bunks. What?
Yeah, unfortunately, many years.
Weeks.
When I was single, it's true what I used to do for weekends.
But the
fleet's in. Here goes Cooper.
So sorry, I couldn't resist that.
I wish I was kidding, Dennis.
Okay, come on, Dennis.
So anyhow, the bunks are really narrow, just big enough for one person. They stack them like 5 high, okay? And I
Shit,
looked
don't
at
I
them,
know
I'm like,
it.
I'm going to take the top bunk because it has more headroom there, right?
Yes.
I mean, in case Cooper sneaks aboard,
Yep.
I want to have room up there, right?
Yeah.
Because the other bunks are like, there's like 2 feet between them, and one's laying on top of you. Your face is like mashed against them, right?
Very familiar. Yeah.
So anyhow, I got at the top bunk. Well, let me tell you, when you're on the 5th bunk high and it's 2 o'clock in the morning and you got to go to the bathroom and you got to climb down in the dark, I'm lucky I survived.
Yeah.
I should be dead by now.
But Dennis, you were in the Navy. You should be good at that sort of jumping, climbing tree kind of thing.
That was 30 years ago. Who climbs up 5 bunk beds to go to the bathroom at 3 o'clock in the morning?
Me. Depends who I'm climbing over. Depends what's underneath me, but usually me.
You work your way up the bunks. You start at bunk 1 and go to bunk 2 and 3.
Yeah, that way I can keep track.
It was a miracle.
It was a miracle, yeah.